Hey, good morning and good evening. Michael and Texas Jake out at the lake today enjoying this beautiful November day, and all the leaves are gone. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. No, it's not, it's beautiful. Anyway, I just wanted to walk and talk a little bit and just show you what a day is like for the Jakester and I. He's out there, he's in that striped jacket like a little zebra out there. Looks like some critter or animal that's got stripes. He's just sniffing about. And I thought this was interesting. Just wanted to share with you. There's a lot of beaver. And how would you know? You'd think that these trees either fell or, um, but look how nicely they're just chipped away, and that's from the beaver eating the wood. And then of course they take it out into this lake here, and they would make some kind of a little house or den or whatever for themselves to be okay for the winter time. Here's some more of it. And anyone passing by would never really know that that's what that is. These discoveries, they're always, if you're not familiar with what kind of animal would do that, it would be a beaver. And let's see, you can see some over there, I think, in that little tree there. But it's kind of cool, I think, because sometimes some of us might assume that it's just old twiggish type of stuff that just snaps off. But really, when you look at it, you start to realize that it's, here's some more. It's the beaver. The beaver. And I think that's how it is there in your country. There's all kinds of animals and things and folks. And I frequent YouTube since I'm on YouTube. And I see so much stuff that's going on. It just, sometimes it's disturbing to me. It looks like one big party and brothel, and so many women sitting in restaurants, etc., and just waving down the guys, as if it were a blue light special. I definitely feel that going to that area, that that's probably what you'd find there, is a lot of nice, friendly, smiling faces, But the constant barrage of folks that are coming at you wanting to sell something, some are more aggressive than others. I guess they call it freelancers. I noticed in my travels in my youth that there was a lot of that. And I used to come back home from that experience and then want to be industrious like that and go out and make some money. And of course, my folks let me. So I built a shoe shine box and went out there, and I in fact did, and was able to buy a bicycle, etc. But I think what bothers me a lot about um, introduction to the female, in that country, and then adapting to their ways or their thinking, is what's so foreign to me. It's not just so much that's a foreign country, it's the thinking is foreign. I realize that girls grow up and, they, in our country anyway, maybe there too, they want the house and the kids and the family. They call it the picket fence, white picket fence around their property, and that's what they grow up and want. But like Trump was saying, to make America great again. I think we were trying to maybe get to that point where we all could relive that experience. But I think we're a little bit past that. So it would seem. And especially there, I think that's why it's so strange to me when I see all those waivers the women, especially. I don't see the men doing it as much, and if they are, they're in a dress, uh, and pretending to be female. There's another one. I'm just walking about and just showing you. I think it's just quite cool that these beaver are able to do that. But anyway, yeah, it's to me, and then if a girl was to say, to accept me as I am, and then they don't disclose that they, have done something like that for, tuition, could be tuition, medicine, what have you. It's a little different, and I'm not saying that people in the United States, that there's not women out here that for drugs and monetary gain, that they haven't sold themselves out or sold their virtue for things, right? But that's something that, a decent guy wouldn't want to hook up with or marry to, so when those talk about they're separated, but not with their husbands, and I'm sure that there's many guys that they would attract over the years, and they might come and visit, and that's what sometimes it would only be as a visit. And then of course everyone is under the impression that it's a very brothelish type of atmosphere, going home to meet mama, that would be an honor, I would think. But what you seem to realize after time is even the mother may have to have done that, and that's not something that's so uncommon to the people there. That's what I'm just under that impression from visual, I'm seeing that. And then I ask myself, if I were walking down the street there myself, would I be more impressed, or it would just be a confirmation of what I've already seen with my own eyes? No one wants to be pulled into a dark alley or hustled or have their drink mickeyed. And I'm not saying that people are doing that there, all of them, but those probabilities are probably more probable than you would consider or ask yourself, is that going to happen? So, and it seems also I've visited some of the other Cupids or whatever sites like that from different countries, and it kind of seems like it's pretty much the same thing. If there's an overpopulation of female, that it's just it's an opportunity. It's like, us on YouTube. I guess you think of it as, if I become popular at doing this, that they're going to have some kind of a residual, an income, or, popularity, whatever. There too. In all these other countries, these women are just diversifying their resources, I guess, by, creating opportunity. The sad part is that there's a lot of, lonely people, or people that are maybe even living in the past and think that that the probability of having a good relationship, a communication, a trust, a solid based relationship, that although it happens, they're few and far between. And so it seems, and I've heard it said that, the women are always, the guys look for the sex and the beauty, and the men are, no, or that's what the men are looking for, and the women are looking for, the knight in shining armor, or whoever's going to save the day, get them out of something, But when I look at the those sites, and just would advise, just pay attention to, now if people have children, family, and it's a large one at that, what is the likelihood that they're going to just leave all that behind and come live with you in your country, and just let it go, type of thing, So if they've got a couple of kids, you're not only going to have to get her here, you're going to have to get them here too. And then if she's, taking care of mama or dad or whatever, depending on if the size of the family is smaller, that crutch or that need is, makes you more attractive, regardless of your actual physical appearance. You know, you're more of just a resource. You know, and I think that that's sad, and that seems to be in all cases, not just I'm not picking on one particular country. It's just that that's where my experience like that, or that's where that window or door was open for me. So in my titles, I go there, Philippines. But then, when you really look at it all, it seems like from Bangkok, Thailand, Vietnam, when you go down the streets where you would expect to get food, or restaurants, or just have an experience, or a massage, whatever, there's so much of it, and but so I do, say Philippines. Now, when I was in San Diego, California, that's a naval port, and the sailors would come in, and they would hang out in an area called Broadway, and then they shortened the term of the women that did that, the prostitutes, and they called them broads. And if you didn't know that, that was just a shortened version of Broadway, but it was the one, if a guy says, I'm going to just go pick up a couple of broads, a couple of prostitutes or whatever, that's just how they did it. So, Jake, come, let's put the leash on. Come on, baby, good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy, Jake. That's my dog, Texas Jake. He's all full of this stuff too. These cuckleburs, I think they call them, on his jacket. It's always not good. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I know that some of that is probably already realized, what I'm saying, and I don't mean to be redundant about it. But it's just a sad state of affairs, that both women and men have to go through the different places to meet somebody nice. And there are people that are either interviewed or that they're admire or attracted to a Western man, but it's just going through that gauntlet of women just waving down the men for money. It's not about love or your looks. It has nothing to do with it whatsoever, or your character. I mean, I'm sure that all would be a plus, but the initial attraction is, and we say this in our country too, cha-ching, cha-ching. And from interviewing those, even the mama sons or the older ones that aren't as pretty, maybe once were, and they work their way up to the top. They do that here in America too. Look at all of the elders, the elderly women in the country, and tell me how many of them look so pretty and their bodies are so beautiful and intact. I don't see a whole lot of that. So there's a short window of time for some of these girls. I think they realize it, and it's like you got to get it while you can, or you're not going to get it at all, and you're just going to be an old woman that no one's going to have, So it's just kind of funny though, just to see the faces of some and how they just overlook, that sort of thing that's right there next to them too, We see it here in our country too, and they just, live for today, for tomorrow will never come, or may not come. And for some of us, it probably or may not. But I can't show my license plate. Probably already did. Anyway, that's Michael and Texas Jake. We did our walk, and we're getting in our vehicle, and we're gonna say adios for now. Thought I'd share my little adventure with you, and it's not so exciting, but it's walk and talk. And I always want to encourage those that are in this world to do right by others, to always do something that's going to help somebody, make them a better person. If they're starving, feed them. If they're not, you know, pray for them, I guess, that things get better. But anyway, I don't want to have to turn this phone around just to say goodbye, but I'm going to say it anyway. Goodbye. We'll talk to you later. You all take care. And it's Michael and Texas Jake out of Chicago giving us a little walk by. And we'll talk again. All right, you take care. And I apologize for, those that maybe, hopefully, some of you probably don't look forward to me doing this. Some maybe, I don't know. A couple of fishers out there, No boats on the water right now, though, because of the time of the year that it is. But it's a very pleasant day for November. And stay positive. We're all in a crazy world. There's hard times here in America, too. It's not so easy. And those that are fishing or hunting for, something that's, nice and solid and trusting, wherever you go, you got to really be selective and be